So let's say you found a skeleton. How would you tell it's a dinosaur? You personally, how would you decide?
Well, interesting question. I don't know. I'd have to do some research on that.
Hey everybody, welcome to Dapper Reacts. I'm here with Chesh, whom I did not warn about how close we were to showtime.
Not even close,
Nope.
baby.
Nope.
Wonderful.
I got distracted by this wonderful super chat from Joran Dax. Joran Dax, like that Dax symbiote. Oh, there's Mothra. Just drink for Mothra real quick.
No. Hold on. Listen.
Ooh, that's nice.
I've been waiting for this beer all day.
Joran Dax is a member of at the tetrapod level who says AIG are a bag of U plus 130B8, which is in fact is the Unicode hex value, for the Egyptian hieroglyph D52 in Gardner's Middle Egyptian sign list, which is in fact the dick hieroglyph.
The most important hieroglyph.
Well, like I said, tied with what I believe is D53, which is dick with emission.
No, obviously it comes beforehand because patriarchy.
I guess. I don't. I mean, these lists were not made by the Egyptians themselves. They were made by Gardner, who just kind of sat down and just like listed out all the. That comes at section D is body parts of the human body, and so he just sat there and was like, "All right, here's all of them that I can find. Let's give them numbers."
I hate myself so much. You say Gardner, and all I can think is Guy Gardner.
different Gardner, I think.
Different Gardner.
Yes.
Presumably.
Yes, unless the Gardner you're thinking of was also an Egyptologist.
No, I don't think so.
But have you
I don't
asked
think
him?
he was. I have not personally asked Guy Gardner if he was he's an Egyptologist. Dang, what was I thinking? Making an assumption like that.
you never know who's an Egyptologist secretly.
You never know.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So we are here for Tisdall Tuesday, which is our show where we respond to Lawrence Tisdall, who is probably not an Egyptologist, although, again, I have not asked him personally whether or not he is. Lawrence, if you ever see this and you want to let me know, put it in the comments whether or not you are an Egyptologist. I'm going to assume no, because generally speaking, if you pick a rando off the street and say, hey, are you an Egyptologist? The answer is no. There are a relatively small number of people among the entire population of the world. So, so
you should go, if you're growing up right now, consider being an Egyptologist.
Yeah. Or an astronaut or a firefighter or whatever.
Yeah.
One of my brothers is a firefighter.
That's cool.
Yeah. And he rides around in a fire truck and fights fires. And sometimes he cooks dinner for the station.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, it's a rotating thing. They all do it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I had a cousin who was married to a firefighter.
I don't know if I have a cousin who's married to a firefighter. I have too many cousins to keep track of.
You might have a cousin-in-law who's married to a firefighter. Is that cousin married?
You mean my brother? I have a sister-in-law who's married to a firefighter.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. We got there.
My grandmother lost count of her descendants when they hit around 80. So...
Whoa.
Yeah. It's a big family. But before we really get into it, there's one thing I have to talk about because it's goddamn annoying. So
yeah.
I bought a mattress recently. Very recently.
Uh-huh.
And I took the old mattress off. And I was like, all right, well, I'll schedule a bulky pickup thing, right? Because usually you just call the trash company and they're like, oh, okay, we'll make sure we pick it up on like this particular day when your normal trash day is, and there you go, that's done, right? No. These assholes were like, $250 actually if you want to get your mattress picked up. I'm like, my new mattress was less than that. I didn't even pay that to get the new mattress. There's no fucking way. I just did it. I spoiled it. Sorry. There's no way I'm paying more than the new mattress to have the old one hauled away. This is bullshit. So I decided to go like get a knife and some scissors and just rip open the cloth on the old mattress to get at the springs inside. And then it turns out, I don't know where the needle nose pliers are. So I'm trying to like pull these wires apart with snub nose pliers that don't really fit. Yeah. So also the old mattress
Couple
is still...
Couple of notes.
Go ahead.
Consider yourself. Do not buy a freaking mattress that has springs in it.
Yeah, it's a little late for that.
Yeah, don't do that.
So
bad time.
And the mattress is still just in my room, propped up against a wall, so I can tear into it. And now I have like heavy duty wire snippers and needle nose pliers on the way because I still can't for the life of me find the needle nose pliers. They're not in the toolbox. So I don't know where the heck they are. And now I'm pretty sure I'm going to be kind of sore tomorrow from trying to like take these snub nose pliers and shove them and twist them all around everywhere. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. So basically my plan now is to slowly break down by cutting apart and twisting apart a mattress and slowly shoving it into the recycling bin over the course of several days.
Yep.
So
thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Thanks, trash company.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Horrid.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not my ideal situation. But hey, the new mattress is way better than the old mattress.
They got that going for you, which is nice.
Lieutenant Math Navigator for $2 says, my grandfather was a fire chief. That's awesome. I don't know if I know any fire chiefs. But anyway, now that I got the mattress story out of the way, which, by the way, kind of ruined my mood for the night. I don't know if you can tell.
Everybody's in a bad mood today.
Everybody's in it. It's a kind of crap day. You know what will help, though? Is
I got some real life sun today.
Ooh. As long as you put on plenty of sunscreen.
I did.
No melanomas. Lieutenant Math Navigator for $2 says, some days you can't get rid of a mattress. It's true. This is one of those days. There's also Roshan.
You know what that's from, right?
I don't think I do.
You don't know that reference? Lieutenant Math Navigator is referencing 60s Batman, the movie where Batman is running around with a giant bomb with a fuse that never goes out, and he runs into a bunch of nuns, and he turns around and tries to run the other way, and he runs into some like people pushing babies, and he runs away, and he finds like it's the marching band of the church or something, and he's just like, some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
I do remember that scene, yeah. Okay.
I adore that movie.
You just think Eartha Kitt is hot.
I also that.
Yeah.
Both.
I mean, everyone does.
I don't see why not both in this scenario.
Yeah. So also Roshana Keller is a huge part of the community here, and she is also a big part of the FTFE community, and I'm sure she's around on a whole bunch of other debunking channels and I just haven't noticed. Which means that she is someone who gets to reach out to us for help. And so I have linked a GoFundMe for her. She is in need of, basically rent and medical money. And right now, it has raised $1,557 with an initial goal of $5K. So if you could, please head over there and toss her a few bucks. Every bit helps. And so there is that. That is linked as the pinned chat. Also, we got a super chat goal. If we meet it, then we will be allowed to say a second F-bomb, because I already screwed that one up when talking about the damn trash company. But also,
it was probably worth it, to be honest.
It probably was. But also,
F the mattress.
I will read.
Can we get hashtag F the mattress in the chat, please? Thank you.
That just sounds like something JD Vance would say. But yeah, if we get the super chat goal, in addition to that, I will also read a little bit of English as she is spoke. So if you enjoy the nonsense of English as she is spoke, that's a good way to get us to do that. All right, so the drinking rules, because you know what might help my mood is some of this wonderful mango cider. What are you drinking?
Kilkenny Irish cream ale.
There you go. That might help.
With
and
nitro.
The way that I get to drink more of this is with the drink triggers, because we do play a little bit of a drinking game here. Now, before we get into all the rules for the drinking game, I do want people to remember, you do not have to play along with the drinking game in order to hang out here. It's fine. Also, if you want to play along, but you don't want to use any intoxicating substances, also fine. You can use water, juice, tea, soda, coffee. I don't care. And if you do want to do a different intoxicating substance, like take a hit from some vape pen or something, that's fine too. But if you decide to play along with an intoxicating substance, please pace yourself, know your limits, and do not then go out and drive a car, operate heavy machinery, fly an aircraft, or text your ex. These are all really, really bad ideas. Don't do it. Looking at you. Don't do it. Because, of course, neither Chesh nor I nor the channel accept liability or responsibility if you decide to play along and you go do something stupid. So
You should get me to text your ex for you.
me or just anyone in the audience?
Just anybody in
Okay.
the audience. If you want to get your ex texted, you should let me do it.
All right, yeah.
And
there
if you
go.
wouldn't let me do it, then you definitely shouldn't do it.
That seems like a pretty good rule of thumb.
It is. It's a great rule of thumb.
I like it. All right, so the drinking rules. One of them that we've already seen is if anyone super chats or membership milestone chow, by goodness, there's Godzilla. We'll take a drink for that.
Bless Godzilla. Thank you. I'm so thirsty.
Oh my goodness, he's back.
I didn't hear it the second time, but I'll take your word for it.
So anyway, one of them is that, yeah, if Godzilla or Mothra come by audibly, we'll take a drink. So that happened. One of the other ones is that we will take a drink if anyone membership, milestone, chats, or super chats, anything to the effect that answers in Genesis are a bag of dicks, because they sure are. We already got one of those from Joran Dax. But also, we will take one for every gifted membership, as well as, well, up to a certain point. Once we get to about like 30 in the queue, I'm just going to increment the drink counter and finish the drink and go get another one. Because I bought a 6-pack. I got plenty of these to go through. Which means, I suppose if you just want me to be like completely sloshed, just lots and lots of memberships. So there you go. Yeah. So let's see. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted because a certain Gibbon is currently messaging me about something I had said earlier, and I'm like trying to keep track of what I'm supposed to be paying attention to.
Well, you should tell the certain Gibbon that the certain Gibbon needs to approve or disapprove of a debate.
Wait, which debate is this?
The one that we talked about in the background.
Oh, I think the answer might end up being nah. Sorry.
Boo!
I know. All right, Lieutenant Mathanavier for $5 says, instructions unclear. I just texted my ex and told her I love her. Well, I hope that's true.
I hope it's a lie.
Nah, come on.
I'm not the text. I hope that.
I want to see everyone have a wonderful, loving relationship, just like the relationship you and I have in that weird song about us, made by Roadhog.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that. You want people to have that?
I mean,
I don't know if that's more mean than me wanting everybody to be miserable.
What? It's just look. Did you read the lyrics in the song? I'm doing things like helping you with your garden, bringing you coffee. You're healing my wounded heart that is wounded for reasons that are left unsaid in the song.
Instructions unclear. Wounds unclear. Send medical.
So, like, I don't know.
Call Dr. Hobnall.
Romniputz for $5 says, you just got interrupted explaining drink triggers by a drink trigger with a Godzilla, which is another drink trigger. You put Godzilla or Mothra or Ghidorah in your super chats or membership milestone chats, we take a drink for that too. Also, Sapphire
wonderful.
Zombie Goliath Light says, for $2, just for fun, a pride flag and a trans flag. Thank you very much, Trans Rates. And I will update the funding thing here. Oh, also, if we get to 50% on the funding thing here, I will drop a Steam key for Inquisitor Prophecy, which is a action RPG in a similar vein to like a Diablo or Path of Exiles. So if that's your kind of jam that in terms of games, and you want to play a Warhammer version in which you are an Inquisitor of the Inquisition, which seems obvious now that I say it. Yeah, that game. There you go.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
This is the Imperial Inquisition, Chesh, not the Spanish
Do
Inquisition.
people expect them?
Some people do, some people don't.
Well,
Yeah, it depends on how much heresy
maybe.
you've been getting up to.
Well, you know.
Yeah. Or how much of an alien you are.
No.
They had the whole Ordo Xenos. It's the whole order of the Inquisition dedicated to rooting out the alien threats to the Imperium. Yeah.
I see.
Lieutenant Math Navigator for $5 says, my ex and I are getting married in a few months. Oh! I feel like that person is now your former ex, your ex-ex. At that point.
They're a double X? They're X squared?
Well, like, you break up with someone, now it's your ex. Then you get back together, now they're an ex-ex.
Yeah.
One more time, and suddenly, you can't be shown in movie theaters anymore. I'm sorry, that was really bad.
That was really bad.
It's all right, I'm fine with it.
We own those here.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's all the triggers that you guys can do. I also have one called Dapper's a Professional, where if I screw up the production, like say I don't know, forget to unmute Chesh because I'm muting her all the time, or I switch the wrong scene, or I forget to turn off like the opening video from this or something like that. That's called Dapper's a Professional. Now, if it's actually like an act of God, like I don't know, the flood comes again and wipes away YouTube HQ. Not on me. I didn't do that. That's on God.
Would it be that bad if YouTube HQ got wiped out?
Yeah, that's my job.
It would suck for us for a little while, right?
Yeah.
But like for like the whole, would it?
Like for the world?
Yeah, like.
All right. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh well, too bad. Consider joining Patreon, just in case.
Yeah. Please do. Both of us have Patreons, so like I don't know, check it out. Just didn't have a Patreon for a while.
Yeah, you should consider following my Patreon. You can follow it for free, by the way, only because I post a bunch of free crap. So if you like free art and templates and emojis that you can just take and use, you can just like follow the Patreon for free, and it will let you know when those are up.
All right. So some of the triggers that Lawrence can cause here include if he says something that's too stupid and we just had to take a drink to cool our brains off. If he says something that's actually factually correct, that actually comes out of his own brain, isn't just something he's citing off of someone else. If he tells a joke that doesn't land or a story that we're pretty sure didn't happen, that is a bit of a judgment call. So, like, whatever. If he mixes up what we can know about Lucy, the single specimen of Australopithecus afarensis, with what we can know about any wider taxon to which she belongs, we call that an ad hominem. We get one of those per stream maximum. Also, if he cites a source and we check the source, and not only does the source not support his claim, which it won't if it's not a creationist source, but if it actively contradicts his claim, we call that a Trojan source and we take a drink for it. We'll take a drink if Lawrence mentions that particular political party that was really big in Germany in the 1930s that based a lot of their ideas on what the Italians were up to. And then a whole bunch of their other ideas on a shitty racist sci-fi novel from the 20s. Just found out about that part today. Yeah. Sorry, Chet. I had to tell Chesh about The Coming Race and Vril. Yeah. Unfortunate.
You didn't, though.
I didn't have to, but I felt like you needed to know.
You kind of said that out of nowhere.
Well,
it's a little bit of a non sequitur.
It was out of nowhere for you, but I had my brain assaulted by Agartha memes recently, so...
Oh, so you got bullied, and so you decided to pass that on to me.
Misery loves company.
This is trickle-down economics.
Yes. I'm sorry, but you have to be aware of the stupid alt-right Nazi memes, too.
All right, fine. Okay. Sure.
Jake Dapper inside joke here for $5 says, Drunk Dapper is the funniest Dapper. If you got a couple coins, put them down. Thank you very much. All right, so we'll also take a drink if, let's see, if either Chesh or I can predict what his next take is going to be on something where it's not obvious. So there's that. I think that's everything. If I miss something, I'm sure I'll remember it when it comes up. Because, I don't know, I don't have a list of these. I always think of them off the top of my head, and I usually get all of them. So, you know what the trick is to being a smart guy?
What?
You just remember. Stop forgetting.
Oh.
Yeah. When you learn something, you just remember it, and don't not remember it. See how simple that is? Yeah, no, it's really simple. Like, when you're about to forget something, do the opposite of that.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So.
Okay.
I think we're ready.
I'll keep that in mind for next time.
Yes, it is very important. What Lawrence was last talking to us about was how Charles Lyell was, according to him, trying to get rid of God or something by stopping our reliance on the Torah or the Pentateuch, I suppose, since this is a Christian context, for like our understanding of Earth history. And apparently, this was like just all an effort to get us to stop believing in God, even though, as is pretty well known, Charles Lyell was a lifelong Christian who definitely believed in God. Now, I'm pretty sure he had different theology than Lawrence does, but he definitely didn't want people to stop believing in God. That was not his shtick. In fact, I don't particularly care if anyone does or doesn't believe in God. That's not why I'm here. That's why every once in a while, I have to remind people, hey, this isn't an anti-theist channel, and if you're here to tell people to stop believing in God, you should just go do it on a different channel. It's fine.
I mean, my channel's not like that either. Mine isn't like that, nor is Debate Hub, actually. Although we may end up debating stuff like that, but it's not going to tell you what to believe or not.
Lieutenant Math the Navigator for $5 says, pseudoscience is trickle-down academics.
I like that.
Oh,
I like that a lot. Matt the Navigator is on point today.
Often is. You know what? It turns out that beluga whale's pretty clever a lot of the time.
Dang!
Mm-hmm.
I wish I was that smart. I'm not that smart.
You gotta get your buddy Kimolu to come hang out, though.
Who?
Kimolu, the other beluga whale on the USS Cerritos.
Oh.
Chesh hasn't seen Lower Decks. That's what I'm learning here.
Nope.
Yep. I say that's what I'm learning, like I didn't already assume that.
I feel like you knew that. Yeah, I feel like that's information you already had.
Yeah. All right, here's Lawrence.
I want to create a story. And that's exactly what he did here in the Principles of Geology in 1830. And he went around the world trying to get evidence for these long ages. Now let's look at and that was the beginning of the idea that eventually got up to billions of years old, being the Earth.
I mean, it's not the very beginning. Steno was around before that, and he also had ideas about the Earth being significantly older than the 10,000 years or so that you can get out of the Septuagint or the 6,000 that you can get out of the Masoretic text. Which, in case you're wondering, the reason that creationists usually say 6,000 to 10,000 years is because the genealogies have different numbers between the Masoretic text, which is the Hebrew text that most Christian copies of the Old Testament are based on, versus the Septuagint, which is the ancient Greek translation that sometimes you'll actually get Christian Old Testaments based more on the Septuagint. Usually, if you're looking at like Eastern Christian churches who are publishing English language Bibles, like the Eastern or Oriental Orthodox churches or the Church of the East, they're more likely to base their translations on the Septuagint over the Masoretic. But that's getting into the weeds of Bible translations. So, yeah, who cares?
Earth being 5 billion years or 4.67 billion years old. And the Bible, of course, talks about thousands of years. So let's see what the evidence is. I like doing science.
Okay, everybody, here comes the science. Yeah, I don't think he does. Remember that time?
Is this just going to be math? I really hope it's just basic arithmetic.
I hope so, too. I have my calculator handy, even though my math teacher told me that would not be the case.
Oh, no. Oh, no, not that one. Not this again.
Yeah, sorry, math teacher. I do have a calculator everywhere I go. In fact, I often have two, because I'm often at my computer, which also has a calculator. So...
Womp, womp, womp.
Also, even back in like the 90s when teachers were saying that to me, I was thinking like calculators aren't that big. I could just carry one. Like it's not that big of a hassle to just carry a calculator.
It's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah, let's carry it. Let's see. Pat O Logic for 25 Polish Lodi says, "Can we have Lawrence show his balls as a drinking trigger for Tuesdays?"
I agree.
Sure, we can have that. I don't think it's actually going to come up again, but sure.
Not only do I think that, but also I think that it should be a finish your drink.
Oh, if his balls come out?
Yeah, because I think he's done with that shtick, so if it comes back again...
We'll see what the chat says.
All right, that's fair.
Here's what we'll do, because I am in a foul mood and greedy. What we're gonna do is, I'm in a
foul mood. Give me money.
Yeah.
It'll make me feel better.
We'll do it. If we can raise up to the 50%, then it will be a finish your drink trigger. If not, it'll just be a drink trigger. That'll be the deal. That'll be the deal.
I think that's fair.
Also, I just bought a mattress and they're expensive.
Yeah, this is true.
Let's take a look at this. That's why I was not here.
Also, I'm sorry about him having really inconsistent volume, but like for some reason he goes between like super loud and not, and I don't know what it is. I don't think it's the microphone on its own. I think maybe he just really has trouble modulating his volume. So like, I don't know. Maybe it's a Canadian thing.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm just gonna blame Canada.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, they are the ones who are sinisterly stockpiling maple syrup for strategic reasons. Can't trust
This
that.
is technically true.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually like the provincial government of Quebec, but like whatever.
It is technically the provincial government, but still the Canadians.
Yeah, they
still
are Canadians.
count.
Even if they don't like the fact they're Canadians, unless the US is threatening Canada, in which case they really like the fact that they're Canadians.
Then they get really hype about it.
Yeah,
which
they're
is
like, yeah,
very funny.
Canada! I mean, Canada! You gotta put
We are
the
Canada!
emphasis on that final syllable. Let's see.
Syllable.
Pat O Logic for 50 Polar's Lodi says, Chesh is making a good point. She often does that.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a pretty normal Chesh thing to do. And then Eris Rose gives 5 Dapper
You're just being
Dinosaur
nice to me
memberships.
because I'm in a crummy mood today too.
We're both in really crap moods. I don't know what it is about today, but like
It's today.
seriously.
This day is the worst day today. Of today.
Cannot disagree. Okay.
So this is the imaginary fossil record. I call it the imaginary.
I'm sorry, is he like a
What?
fossil denier?
Is that like our fossils not real? Is he out here being like Satan planted the fossils? Is that where we're at?
That's okay. I need
I hope that's not where we're going.
if you're a creationist and you watch this, because I do know that creationists watch my channel every once in a while. First of all,
Yeah.
welcome. I'm glad
Oh,
you're
I need
here.
to do the membership drink.
Oh yeah, you do 5. So like I said, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I hope that you have a good time. I am not here to like be a dick to you if you're just like some creationist who is not like trying to peddle nonsense with like pretensions of an education or with credentials that I know that either you don't have or that you're lying about, or not
Yeah,
that
if
you're
you're
lying
just
about.
wrong.
Yeah, that's fine. And if you think that you have good arguments, feel free to email me and we can set up a talk. That's fine. But
Or a debate.
yeah, on Debate Hub, which just made me lose my entire train of thought. I have to hit play for a second now to remember what Lawrence was talking about.
The idea in your textbooks is that you have trilobites.
Fossils
Remember
are
that came.
fake.
Fossils are fake, right? Okay. Here's the thing. When people say the fossil record, what they mean is the collection of all known and cataloged fossils. That's it. That's what it means. So when you say there is no fossil record, what it sounds like you're saying is there are no fossils. Those statements are basically equivalent. So it makes you sound absolutely insane when you say it, because what everyone hears is there's no such thing as fossils. So please find a new way to phrase that. Say something like,
Yeah.
I don't think the fossil record has been appropriately interpreted. That's a thing you could talk about. You could say like,
Yeah.
I don't think that the fossil record as it's currently understood is an accurate description of the history of the planet. Oh, okay, cool. That's a discussion to have. But like, fossils are fake. It's like saying
Imaginary fossils.
yeah, it sounds like you're just saying like something as crazy as like rocks are fake. Because like
It's
not hard to go
it's
see
one
a
of
fossil.
those-
I own several fossils.
it's one of those things where as a rhetorical device, I can kind of understand where you're like, I'm going to say the outrageous thing to get somebody's attention to then say the reasonable thing. But part of our concern here is that he's talking to people who don't know any better. So rhetorical tools like that are dangerous when you're doing that, especially if you're trying to be an educator. And then on the other hand, he also doesn't know what he's talking about. So that's also a problem. But also, if you're going to do this and you're going to try to sell what you're selling as it's going to change anybody's mind, when you say something like that, you're actually just inevitably insulting the people you're trying to convince in a way you probably don't want to, or you're not actually intentionally doing, right? Or like you're not trying to do. It's one of those, it's about the perception, not what you actually intend.
Yeah.
Cambrian explosion, all these things start appearing here, and then throughout, if you in other words, it gives you the idea that if you just dig down, you're going to find these fossils in this order.
Okay. I understand that it might seem like that to someone who doesn't know what's going on, because it does seem like if this is the fossil record and this is the stratigraphic column, then if I dig down, I'll hit each of those layers. There are virtually no places on Earth that have all of these layers. So, yeah, what actually is happening is, okay, imagine you have like a favorite band, right? Like, Chesh, what's your favorite band?
The Bare Naked Ladies.
Okay. Now, they've released a number of albums, yes?
Yes,
Okay.
a number.
So imagine it's like, you're going to like an old-fashioned record store, right? Like maybe it's like the 80s, right? And so you're looking for Bare Naked Ladies albums. And this record store has records arranged by band, and then within that, by release date of the album.
Okay.
And let's say for some reason, you just don't know the release dates of the album. And none of the stores around you have all of the albums, but all of them have some of the albums. And they always have a certain order. Album A always comes before B, which always comes before D. But where'd C go? Oh, well, C always comes after B and before D, but not all the stores have all of them, right? So eventually, you were able to piece together the entire discography of your favorite band by comparing the and which order they came in, by comparing the ordering of these records in different record stores around town.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. And when you write up your list, what it doesn't mean is that any record store you go into is going to have all of those in that order. And it might even be
in
that
fact, if I'm buying them all up, there might be none of certain ones.
Maybe. And it also doesn't even mean that they'll always be in that order. They might actually be in reverse order in a few places, right? There might be some stores that store them in reverse chronological order, but that's okay because you can tell, because you know the normal, you know the normal order. That's what the stratigraphic column is. We're noticing that, hey, rocks with this particular characteristic, these particular fossils, this particular range of radiometric dating, when we can do that, always come above or below these other rocks. It is not the case that you're going to dig anywhere and find all of these things. And also, the fossils that are put up on these charts are always just sort of representatives of the kind of thing. Those particular fossils may or may not be where you are, because these charts never actually are big enough to fit all the fossils. Because you know how many damn fossils there are?
A lot.
Yeah. If you think of a number, I can almost guarantee you're wrong, and it's much higher. So obviously, we're not going to put all of them on a little chart.
That is not true, actually, but that's what they want you to think is true.
No, it's not even what they want you to think. It's just you misinterpreting what a chart means. Lawrence, the fact that you're an idiot isn't a reason to reject science.
So let's go into this in a little more detail. All fossils are in sedimentary rock. I have fossils here. We'll talk about some of them. Normally I have much more, but on the plane it's a little difficult. These fossils...
These people look so bored. Well, except that one lady in orange. She looks like she's really excited about something. But like everyone else just looks really bored. Look at that woman with the red brooch. She looks like she's about to fall asleep. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's about to nod right off. I think only the woman in orange with the scarf is actually carrying it all. Everyone else seems really annoyed. Although, for some reason, she seems really into it. I don't know. She seems like she might actually just be interested in Lawrence.
You know, maybe.
Which is like, hey, you know ugly. What? No, it's fine. Even if he was, it's still fine. I don't care.
Are all, no matter what color they are, they're made in sedimentary rock.
Well, okay, that's true and also kind of misleading at the same time, right? Because there's also volcanoclastic rocks, which are sedimentary in that they're made of sediments, but they're not made of sediments that are worn sediments from other older rocks, like most sedimentary rocks are, like sandstone or siltstone or something, right? So it's a little bit more nuanced than that, because usually when people think of sedimentary rocks, they don't think of like ash falls, but those also contain fossils. In fact, in the United States, there is a famous fossil site called Ashfall Beds. Would you like to guess why it's called Ashfall Beds?
I don't know, something about turning your bed into ash because you had to deal with a stupid moving garbage company.
That would be a good guess, but in this
For your
case,
bed?
it's actually a volcanic ash, and
Oh,
the
okay.
bed is a sediment bed, like it's a little horizontal layer of sediments.
I liked mine better.
Yours is also good. I'm not going to say that yours is not good. I also
Thanks.
like yours. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You know.
I tried really hard.
Well, I have to keep you minimally like happy enough to keep coming back, so I can't be too mean. There is a limit.
You gotta pat me on the head once in a while.
Every once in a while, yeah.
Oh, that's why you're being nice to me earlier.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. No. Fair,
I'm
fair,
building
fair,
up the
fair.
nice points so that way I can be absolutely savage later.
Oh no, he's building up the threat and taking away all my momentum. Oh no.
If you want to understand
I'm
that
in
reference, go
danger.
watch our Star Trek Adventures actual play over on Top Hats Off.
Yeah, do it.
You do it. It's a lot of fun.
Do it. Do it.
And also, I want to say thank you to everyone who's been going over there, because at this point, it now actually is the case that channel is self-funding, so that I can actually keep doing things like
Hooray!
buying like TTRPG resources, both digital and physical, and actually have it be paid for by the channel. So, yeah, that was basically the goal of monetizing that. It was not to get like rich or anything. It was just to be like, hey, the GM always pays for everything, and I'm always the GM. Could I offset that maybe just a little bit, please?
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
It's a reasonable request.
Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for $9.99 says, Kimolo was too busy at the weekly cetacean ops bacchanal to shite post through this time portal temporal investigation. Somehow got the impression we properly destroyed. That is an excellent explanation as to why Kimolo was never here. I like it. Say hi to Boimler for me. Assuming he's not also at the bacchanal, because I know you've been trying to get him to skinny dip over at Cetacean Ops for quite a while.
And sediment cannot be dated. Why can sediment?
Well, I mean, it can though, but let's hear him out and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But also, have you tried buying a drink for the sediment, Lawrence? Getting to know it a little bit?
We tried asking it out.
Yeah. Or are you just sitting there complaining how you're not tall enough for the sediment to be interested in you?
Not be dated because it's a mix of rock, right? It's mud. So
Well, it's not always mud. Sometimes it's sand. Sometimes it's silt. Sometimes it's other things. But also sometimes, Lawrence, it's ash. And you know what the fun thing about volcanic ash is? It can be directly dated by radiometric dating. Because it's all the same age and it's volcanic, which means that it only recently cooled from being liquid hot magma. Which means that its isotopic ratios are going to be basically that of brand new rock, because it is brand new rock. So you can date that. But also, let's say you had a lava flow, and then you had some sandstone deposition, and then you had an ash fall on top of that. And you can date the lava flow, and you can date the ash fall. So what does that tell you about the age of the sandstone? Well, it has to be younger than the lava flow, but older than the ash fall. So now you have a date range for when that sandstone was deposited. Oh my goodness! Suddenly, we've indirectly dated the sandstone. And if you notice that
process of elimination and also additional knowledge from other places. Wow.
And if it happens to be that this sandstone can be correlated to other parts of the world, such that like maybe it has the same fossils, or it has the same depositional environment and very similar grain structure, and we can tell that those grains have the same origin, that means that even in places where the lava and ash didn't occur, we can still use the dates from the place where it did to give us an idea about the date of the sandstone in other parts of the world that correlates.
Whoa.
I know, crazy, right? Can you imagine scientists actually coming up with ways to actually learn things? It's almost like that's their job.
What? That's crazy.
I know. All right, for $5, Vandalia 1998 says, remember, make sure the sediment is of legal age before you date it. Yeah, that's a good point. Although, to be fair, most sediment is very much of legal age. Because, like,
I feel like it would be hard not to be.
It's thousands to millions of years old most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, you can't get any good dates out because you don't know what part of the mix you're dating. So there is no
Try
fossil that's
harder.
Well, I mean, he's technically right that usually we can't directly date sedimentary rock. Because if you tried, what you would actually be dating is the formation of the rock that eroded to form the sedimentary rock, which isn't the question that you're asking. But like, also, yeah, we have ways to figure this out.
Just try harder.
There's that too.
Put a little bit of effort into your dating, Lawrence. It will make your dating life way better.
Or just don't.
That one lady seems like she might be interested.
Yeah, get her
Try
number.
a little bit.
Maybe she'll move. Maybe she'll move to Canada with you. I mean, you're in England, so it's not like it's that hard to go from between them.
Yeah.
Commonwealth countries have pretty lax immigration within the Commonwealth.
Never been dated. You have to date other types of rock that are around, hopefully nearby the fossil, igneous rock or granites or something. You have to date something.
Oh, hey, he did know that. You know what? Good job, Lawrence. I'll take a drink.
Yay.
Why does that not work,
Yay.
though, Lawrence? Because if that's the case, then we actually can tell how old within a range the
All I can
sedimentary
think
rock
is I'm
is.
going to take a rock and then I'm going to eat it.
I mean, if it's salt, that's okay, as long as it's within, like, you know, a normal amount of salt.
I'm pretty sure if it's any kind of rock, it's basically okay as long as it's a small enough amount.
Not if it's asbestos.
Not if it's asbestos. I can't get away with it if it's glass shards either.
I don't think glass counts as a rock normally. Ice is a rock,
I don't
though.
know. It kind of counts as a rock sometimes when it's like coming out of a volcano. We can ask Landon on the volcano
Yeah,
trailer,
that's
right?
a good point.
Yeah,
Volcanic glass. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
I know ice is a rock, though.
I eat that all the time.
Yeah. Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for 499 says, detecting multiple Leviathan class Whopper ahead. Are you absolutely sure that what you're doing is worth it? First of all, excellent reference to an excellent game. Chesh, have you ever played Subnautica?
I haven't played it. I've watched a lot of it though.
Yeah,
I
you
should've.
should play Subnautica. It is excellent.
I'm
It
a
might be
coward.
my favorite. It's not even a horror game.
It's so scary.
It is pretty scary, yeah. But that wasn't even really the intent of the developers. They were actually kind of surprised when people kept reporting, like, it's a very scary game.
Are you kidding? The first Reaper Leviathan has the face and design of that terrifying spider from Mrs. Spider Sunny Patch. You can't just make that thing, put it in the ocean, make it a giant snake, give it red pincers, and pretend you're not making something scary.
Oh.
Have you seen the spider from Mrs. Spider Sunny Patch Kids?
I don't think I have, no.
You don't
It-
even know what I'm talking about. I'm
Well-
sending you a picture.
Okay, I still assume that it looks like a Reaper Leviathan, so, like, there's that.
Oh, you can't date the fossil because
Scary
it's, look, he's not
Spider-Man.
with mineral dating because you can't, because it's sedimentary rock. So that's the first thing to note. Okay,
Why does he sound like he's getting sad? So that's the
I don't
first thing to note. Like, dude, it's okay.
now how do we date rocks? Let's start with where these dates come from. This is straight from an encyclopedia. It says this: to date a rock or rock formation, it is essential to be able to figure out where it fits in the geological column. Sedimentary rocks are easily dated by the fossils they contain. What? Let's read that again. Get your thinking cap on here. Sedimentary rocks
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
are
hold
easily
on.
dated
I
not
need
by
my thinking
radiometric.
cap.
Oh, thinking cap, very important.
I need to get my. He told me I needed my thinking cap. Okay.
Okay, are we ready?
And also, I sent you pictures of that scary Spider-Man.
Yes, I do see that, and I don't entirely agree that that is what the Reaper Leviathan looks like, but I do see the similarity.
It is definitely, yeah, especially when you were traumatized as a child.
Methods, but by the fossils they contain.
Okay, first, I don't know what Tema Encyclopédie Larousse is. I've never heard of that one. But also, I'm not going to go check this, but hey, creationists, you know, every time you put an ellipsis, basically everyone who's dealt with you for more than like 6 months just assumes that you're lying and that whatever's in the ellipsis actually completely contradicts whatever it is you're about to say. I need you to understand that.
I mean, and Tisdall really doesn't have a good record right now because, again, we did
No.
catch him that one time saying the most absurd lie we've ever heard.
Yeah, in case you weren't here for that, he was looking he was saying, "Oh, look at all these crazy things that they're teaching the kids." And so we checked to see what his source was for this. It was a list of sample true or false questions, all of which were supposed to be answered false. And he was saying that's what was being taught.
Yeah.
Which, like...
That was real bad.
That's real bad. Yeah, there's no excuse for that. And his English is clearly good enough that he knows what it said.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, oh,
he knew.
Dapper, maybe his English isn't great. It's not, like, spectacular, but it's clearly good enough for that. He knows what the word false means.
He should be able to understand what a true or false test is. He graduated school.
Right. All right, here we go.
Microfossils. There are about 10 microfossils, or maybe a bit more. One of them is a trilobite.
Wait. Did he say there are like 10 microfossils? Like 10 different kinds of microfossil? And trilobite is one of them? Dude, what are you talking about? There's like diatoms. Sometimes small trilobites, but there's also like cephalopod and bivalve shells and brachiopod shells and like different species of all of these. There's like thousands of microfossils that we could use for... I'm taking a drink. What?
We live in a society.
That is absolutely absurd. It was like 10. Dude, there's more than 10 different layers in the stratigraphic column, all of which have associated index fossils. Lieutenant Math Navigator for 499 says, "Damn it, I should have said Leviathan class life forms." It's okay.
Ooh.
I knew what you were going for. I knew what you were going for.
That is supposed to have a specific age. Okay, so they're being dated by the fossils.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I need... I'm going to stop saying it. Okay, the way index fossils work is when you are about to explore some new area that has not been well categorized in terms of stratigraphy, and you need to figure out roughly what's going on pretty fast. What you can do is you can take a look at the index fossils, and you can say, okay, so I'm probably in, like, Oligocene here, and, like, I don't know, like, Campanian here, and, like, Avalon here, or something, right? And these are all stages of different eons in the stratigraphic column, based on the microfossils. But if you actually need to get real dating done, what you do is you check to see if that's already been done with the strata that correlate to the ones you found, in which case you rely on those radiometrically determined dates. And if not, you do your own radiometric tests. And yeah, you can't radiometrically date the particular sedimentary strata themselves, but like we said, you find layers above and below that are igneous, and you date those. And does it give you the exact age of the sediment in question? No. But it gives you an age range, and you go with that. The microfossils, the index fossils, are there as like a general guidepost to roughly where you are. And then when you need more specificity, you actually do the science to figure it out. The fossils are not dating the rocks, which then date to fossils. That's not how we're doing this.
All right, so let's keep going. To be able to reconstruct the history of the Earth is within the realm of geology. And to do this, one must be able to control time, that is, to date the events. Relative geological dating relies basically upon sedimentary rock formations. So we need to look at those formations of rock.
I mean, and igneous too, because that also matters. But whatever. Most of the rock on the surface of the Earth is sedimentary, at least on the continents.
To find out where they fit in the world, now across the globe. So to establish a global time frame, it's necessary to make correlations between one region and another. So we find one type of sedimentary rock in Nova Scotia. The same type shows up in England with the same microfossil, and we're going to say it's the same age. Fossils are a precious tool to do this.
I mean, he is right about that. That is how we do things like correlate from one side to the other, relatively. But relative dating only tells you which one is older versus which one is younger. Because remember when I was talking about the records, that you find them in different record stores?
Yes.
If for some reason they don't have dates on them, right? Maybe for some reason that record label just didn't like to put dates on their album covers.
Yeah.
You can still tell which ones are older and which ones are younger based on your just writing that down, right? But you don't know
I could go to that store and then find out which ones are there. I could go to another store across the street or even in another town and find ones that are dated.
Right. And so even if you don't have ones that are absolutely dated, you can still figure out which ones are older and which ones are younger. And you know that now. So,
like magic. On the other hand, Earth is one place still. And sometimes things from outer space hit Earth too. So if you want to find
when
like
did
a
it hit
super
Earth
magic different, even if you wanted to find something to be like, oh, well, this rock can't be compared to this rock, it doesn't really make sense if you're just using, chunks of Earth.
Yep. Templar Warden for 5 Kiwi bucks says, now I'm just thinking of a visual novel where you can date a range of different rocks. No,
I
turn
mean,
it
they
into
did
a
one
dating
for pigeons, so I don't see why not.
dating sim. Put it on Steam. You're dating rocks.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Let's get this
Do
going.
it. I'll play it. Absolutely.
I did find out why it was that every once in a while I was getting like weird adult or dating sim games on Steam, and it was just when I scrolled down to what's the newest thing on Steam, because those get put up on Steam a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But I was puzzled. I was like, I've never played any of these types of games ever. Like, if you look at my Steam library, it's like there's a bunch of action shooters and like strategy games and like
I will
games.
vouch for Dapper here. I have him on Steam. He does not have like the kind of list that I have.
There you go. I mean, I wasn't going to call you out.
Listen.
But yeah, I was always like, why are they showing me these? Like, why am I getting like oh hey,
why are we here?
Look, big titty witch game. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm fine for that to be there, but like, I don't care. And it turns out, I was just scrolling down to like whatever's the newest thing on Steam, and yeah, it turns out a lot of people are pumping out adult or dating games.
Nice.
Yeah, they might actually be easy to make. I don't know.
Well, okay, so the main reason why they're like so fast and easy to make is because most of them are just text trees. And so you can basically make them with a little bit of art and like a PowerPoint.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why they're so common and why they're like quote unquote easy to make. I'm using the word easy very loosely here, so don't.
Well, I mean, I imagine they're not easy to make and be good, but I imagine that like making a minimum viable product that you can shove onto Steam is relatively easy.
Sure, yeah.
In other words, it's not really based on the type of rock, but on the fossils that are contained in the rock.
No, it's both.
For the age we're going to give it.
And also, remember the radiometric dating that you yourself said you could do around surrounding rocks? Yeah. Lawrence, it's like you're not even listening to yourself. Because the thing is, either you're a colossal moron who does not even have the ability to pay attention to himself, or you're just lying to people. Because I know that you know that we can radiometrically date igneous rock, because you said as much. And I know that you know that igneous rock can come above or below sedimentary rock, because again, you said as much. Which means we can actually date sedimentary rocks radiometrically, not directly, but indirectly, and that still counts.
Can I beg of you, if you are going to put together some kind of educational tool or some kind of argument or presentation like this, can you please at least make sure you're not contradicting yourself from one sentence to another, even if that does require you to go to maybe the opposing side to be like, hey, could you edit this for me? Could you audit this real quick to make sure I'm not self-contradicting anywhere?
Yeah.
Good God.
I've also seen multiple creationists put up slides on a PowerPoint that directly contradicted the thing they were saying.
See, have you considered not doing that?
Yeah. One of my favorites was Dan Biddle talking about fossil graveyards, which are just places with lots and lots of fossils, all of which presumably died from the same thing, and saying, see, look, this secular book says that many of these were caused by a flood. And it's like, okay, yeah, but you put up the pie chart from the book, and the second largest section says drought, Dan. How did these things form because of a drought during the flood, Dan? How?
Oh my God.
You put it up on your own damn slide, Dan. It's my favorite to this day.
Put it up on your own damn slide.
This is important. Now, have I mentioned anything about radiometric dating yet?
Yes, actually, you have, because you talked about the igneous rocks that you could date. I'm taking a drink because he's about to say no. Oh my god.
Oh.
I've just mentioned fossils.
No, you also mentioned igneous rocks that you said you could date. What are you talking?
Did we not go on a whole joke line a minute ago about how he could try harder at dating?
Y'all
Did we
heard
do
it.
that?
You heard him say it. The audience heard him say it. Why is...
Why are we here? Only to suffer?
This is your fault. You brought this to me. There's Chesh
Cool.
one day like, hey, Deborah, I have this idea. I found this thing from Lawrence Tisdall. Remember that one time I talked about him way back when? Like 4 years ago when I was on a show with Guts of Gibbon on your channel? What if we did a show about it?
You bring this up every month.
Two sedimentary rock formations containing the same fossils are the same age. Okay, this is what
Yeah, that checks out. I don't know how it could possibly be otherwise.
Yes, and
they do. All right. Now, the question that should be running around your head is, how do you know the age of the fossils?
What?
Radiometric dating. You already told us.
I feel like
You gave us the explanation. Oh my god. How?
The thing that's running around in everybody's head is what?
Lieutenant Math Navigator plus for 499 says wolves get infinity +1 frost damage resistance. Yeah, I've heard that from Dan Biddle. Did you? I don't know if you were here for that or if you've watched it since, but did you hear Dan Biddle say that Arctic wolves are immune to cold damage because you can stick their paws in liquid nitrogen and the paws are just fine. They don't take any damage.
Yeah, the liquid nitrogen thing.
Dan Biddle is he's dumber than Lawrence.
Astounding. I don't think Lawrence is dumb. I think he's dishonest.
That could be, yeah. It's hard to say.
He's a lying liar who lies.
Probably. It's always hard to say though, because sometimes people are just dumb. And it's not always easy to figure out whether they're dumb or they're lying. And I like to prefer to say that someone's dumb, right? Because that's not a moral failing.
Yeah.
That's just not everyone's smart. It's fine. It's not a big deal if you're dumb. But on the other hand, if you're a liar, well, that means you're choosing to mislead people. That is a moral failing. So for me, I would much rather have someone be dumb than be a liar.
Yeah, I agree.
That's an excellent question.
What?
They call it absolute dating, which it isn't really.
Okay.
Sure.
Absolute. So we remember how we talked about relative dating with stratigraphy, and we compared it to the albums, right? Absolute dating is dating that gives you a number and a unit, right? And a margin of error. It doesn't mean that it's right. It could be wrong, but it's still absolute, because what we mean by absolute is giving a numerical value with a unit attached and a error bar.
You mean context of words matter to define the word that's being used?
Yeah. What it doesn't mean is this is the absolute fact. We know it 100% and it could never be wrong. That's not what absolute dating is. Also, it could just mean that you're drinking way too much vodka on your dates and that's why you're not having a whole lot of success.
I would posit, Where's Waldo makes a point in the chat and says some liars are dumb. I would posit that when you lie like this, you are dumb.
Yeah, it could be.
And you have to be dumb to lie like this. So I am a proponent of if you're lying poorly, you are stupid.
All right.
Measure of the radioactive
better.
isotope radiogenic. That's just isotope. That means radioactive dating. In a rock where we know the initial concentration permits us to determine its age. Ooh, red flag.
Uh-oh.
We have to know what? The initial concentration.
Actually, we don't always need to know the initial concentration. There is a technique called isochron dating, which actually checks several different ratios and then checks to see if they actually line up linearly. And if they don't, then what you know is that there's been some contamination on at least one of those isotope ratios, and you can't actually use it. But the other thing that it means is that you actually have the starting conditions cancel out in the equations used, which means you don't need to know the initial concentrations. You just need to know that there's been no contamination, and then you can look at where your isochron dating line falls for the age, and that's your isochron age. So it's only sometimes true that we need to know the initial concentrations, but also, of course, sometimes we can know the initial concentrations, but we'll get into that after he goes in more into whatever he's doing. But then Lesbiandria, who's been a member for 20 months and is at the amniote level, says, absolute dating is my favorite DC comic at the moment. Nice.
Likely no one was there 4 billion years ago when that rock formed.
Right. That's true. I'll take a drink. No one was there when that rock formed 4 billion years ago, Lawrence. Good job. You figured that out.
My God.
What is the point, though?
I beg of you, please.
To measure the initial concentration. So right away, we're nullifying the initial need for that to be absolute.
Well, here's the thing, Lawrence. Rocks are made of chemicals. I don't know if you knew this. This is...
Oh, no.
We're getting into advanced science here. And some chemicals will react with other chemicals, and some chemicals won't. So, for instance, let's say we're doing a potassium-argon. Now, potassium is a very reactive metal. In fact, it's so reactive that if you toss pure potassium into some water, it explodes as it rapidly reacts with the water. But argon, which is the ultimate decay product of the particular potassium isotope that we're interested in, it's what's called a noble gas. Noble gases are famous for not reacting basically ever, pretty much with anything. Now, one of the nice things about this is that it means that potassium can easily get into crystals because it can react with just about anything. So if you have a crystal lattice, then you're very likely to get some potassium in there. But argon doesn't react with anything. And so it doesn't get embedded into crystal matrices. Instead, it tends to outgas as the rock cools and the crystals form, because it's always pushed out of any forming crystal, because it can't actually form electrochemical connections between itself and the other nearby ions, because also it's not going to be an ion. Which means that if we have a type of mineral that normally includes potassium, it also does not normally include argon originally, which means we can just check. And there are other things like that, right? There are certain crystals that will easily include uranium, but won't easily include lead. So we can use uranium-lead dating of various kinds on those. And so, unless you want to propose that chemistry just fundamentally functioned differently in the past, which you would need to explain in terms of like actual, like, you know, electrical forces, in terms of things like, you know, electron orbitals and whatnot. Why were the electron orbitals different a billion years ago, Lawrence? You need a reason for that. So unless you're going to propose that, we actually can know the initial starting conditions in many of these rocks in many cases. Not all, I'll grant you. But that's why rocks are often tested with more than one method. And then if all of them line up, we have a pretty good reason to think that they didn't just all line up by coincidence. Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for $5 says, Lawrence's balls are gone. Yeah, get it? Are gone.
Again?
This man's always losing his balls.
Man.
Rough.
It's
pretty easy to keep track of your balls most of the time.
You should try harder.
Yeah, well.
Nope.
Okay? The combination of these, so what do you do with that? Since no one's there, almost ever, to do this, well, then you have to find another way of calibrating. So what do you do? The combination of these processes, dating by fossils and isotopic tracing, permits us to imagine, and imagine is a good word to use here, evolutionary scenarios of what happened on Earth.
Also, I want to point out, this is from a French encyclopedia. That's his translation of the word.
Oh, okay.
Right, so he's the one who picked the word imagine, not the actual encyclopedia. That's his word that he's using to emphasize that it's imagination.
Oh, what a sneaky bitch!
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that is a sneaky bitch. I told you, this guy's dishonest, man. I'm telling you.
So it turns out that the word that often ends up being imagined when you translate between French and English doesn't have exactly the same semantic range in French. And it can also mean things like envision, such as like bringing to mind something that's not there, which in English, the word imagine usually involves something that's fake. right? That's not
Yeah,
real.
I mean, it works. It's still technically a translation, but like if you were to talk to somebody who does closed captioning for a living, like I don't know, Mars Girl, for example, you would probably switch that word out even if it was technically true. It's like when you ask Google Translate to translate for you or an AI to translate for you. It usually doesn't do a very good contextual job, Lawrence.
Right. And so Lawrence is just relying on this difference in the semantic range of the words.
Just being a dick.
Yeah, it's really shady, honestly.
Yeah, he's being a dick.
And by the way, the French word is almost certainly imaginer, which I'm sure is conjugated for whatever person it is for the subject, which in this case sounds like it's probably third person singular, so like imagine. So yeah.
Okay, so what they've said is basically, if we use radiometric dating, we need to know the initial concentrations. We don't know the initial concentration.
They didn't say that. You said that,
Well,
and it's usually a lie,
so-
Lawrence.
So wait, he's taking something, translating into English, imposing his own interpretation on it, and then paraphrasing it again?
I don't think he's paraphrasing it. I'm pretty sure he's quoting directly from his own personal translation.
Okay, all right.
So I'll give him
I'll
that.
take your word for it.
Oh,
I think you're just willing to be more generous than I am.
Well, that's also probably true.
So we're going to have to look at the fossils that are nearby, the rocks, the fossils, and because we know their ages, that'll tell us if we're getting the right dates or not.
No, Lawrence. I'm just going to take a drink. We've already gone over why he's just not right about this.
All right. Fantastic.
I'm just thirsty.
Yeah, me too.
But how do we know the age of the fossil? The sediment? But how do we know the age of the sediment? The fossil?
Yeah, we've already covered this, Rob.
He's pretending it's circular.
Yep, he's pretending it's circular. Creationists all do this. Well, okay, young Earth creationists all do this. Old Earthers don't care because they're perfectly happy with the dates. But yeah.
Yeah, because the dates aren't a problem. Go for your theology. Go figure.
Also, I want to say thank you. We've raised, I think, an additional $300 on Roshana's GoFundMe. So thank you so much.
Hey! If you want me to do something extra for that, let me know.
I mean, that's ultimately going to be up to you and Roshana. I certainly would be okay if you did something extra for it.
Roshana, let me know.
Because what's happened is they've just said this fossil is 600 million years old. How do you know that?
What?
Because we radiometrically dated rocks above and below it. And
I'm in such
it's
a
just
mood
that.
today that I'm just like, how do you know this? I'm just gonna repeat what he's saying, but in a sassy voice.
That's, to be fair, given how thoroughly we've already gone over how this works, there's not much more that needs to be said other than just being sassy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but I mean to be rude.
Look, some people deserve to be rude, right? Like, there's some people where, like, all due respect is a very low amount of respect.
Yeah.
It didn't come like with a label.
Yeah.
So there's a problem. There's a circular reasoning that happens here.
Yes, call it.
Yep.
I win.
That's.
Does that count as a prediction?
It does.
I think that counts.
It does. Mostly because I like this mango cider.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
It tastes like mangoes and apples. This is actually an apple cider with mango in it, but like whatever.
Yeah. They're always like a lot of the mango drinks are like that. They're actually just like a little bit of mango and a bunch of something else.
Yeah. Well,
usually apples.
Mangoes are a lot more expensive than apples, so like I don't blame them.
Yeah, that would be why. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
There's reasons for it. Like
I think I
those
paid-
reasons are kind of valid.
I think I paid like $12 for the 6-pack. I don't want to pay like $40 for the 6-pack.
I would recommend buying mango nectar and making your own.
Ooh.
Can't tell how old it is because radiometric dating has a lot of issues, as I'm going to show you in a moment.
Oh, God.
Stop whispering. I have you turned all the way up, and sometimes you yell, but other times you're whispering. Stop it. This isn't an ASMR speech.
He might need to take a public speaking course.
You would think, but like also, isn't this his job?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's the only job. He might have
fair.
another job.
Maybe.
Okay. Now, if you didn't believe me,
I don't.
Yep,
Good.
we don't.
How convenient.
this is carbon-14, but I think it's the same type of process. Look at, this is a sample. So
Hey, we forgot to take a break.
Oh.
I'm gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. Mostly because I want to be able to play the trailer for the next Star Trek game that someone finally, like 2 days late, got me the audio for.
1 day late.
Yeah, it was like a day and a half.
I give you 1 day because I almost never record the day of, and you usually give it to me on Saturday. I almost always record on Sunday. I forgot last Sunday.
We'll call
I did it on
we'll call it a day as a compromise.
It's not entirely my fault. It's partly your fault for distracting me for our secret project.
I feel like you should be able to do both of those things because I was.
I should. You're right. I should, but I'm gonna blame you because.
This is unacceptable. And we're not even telling people what the secret project is.
Yeah, I know. What a shame. Sucks to be them.
Yeah. They should just be in our DMs.
No.
That's their, it's all your fault. All right, I'm going to read this super
I'm
chat.
taking 5 drinks.
Okay, yeah. Well, first, Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for $5 says, I don't think anyone has yet accused him of competence. That's probably true. And then Lieutenant Matt the Navigator gifts 5 Dapper Dinosaur memberships. I'm going to take those 5 as I go to get my next drink. But I have added it, and so we will be right back after these messages, which is the wrong order. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Captain's log stardate 608809. After dealing with plagues, pirates, and probes, the crew has earned a bit of a break. I have authorized shore leave on Amir 2, the uninhabited M-class world which Neradra Station orbits. The crew will have to follow strict rules to remove all trash that they produce and will have to undergo decontamination both before and after their trip, but still they will get to enjoy mountains, beaches, canyons, and forests. I intend to climb some trees, my claws could use a good sharpening. I just have to check to see which species don't produce too much resin. Getting tree resin out of fur in a sonic shower is a nightmare.
Not long into their leave, the captain is contacted by Admiral Hebert. The crew is sent back to Setu, the homeworld of the Akeru, and their mysterious leader Iriax Nadeon. The Iriax says that he is offering the Federation another chance and wants to negotiate trade, extradition, and perhaps even mutual defense agreements. The crew will first have to traverse an increasingly dangerous Shackleton expanse, as well as overcome the lingering ill will from their last visit when they scanned the mysterious structures under the oceans of Setu, in direct violation of the wishes of the Iriax. Can they bring a new ally to the Federation, or will second contact go even worse than first contact? Find out next time, only on the Top Hats Off channel. All right, we are back. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do the little commercial thing, because you know we got to do that. Which is to say, hey, I want to say thank you so much to everyone who has been super chatting, who's been gifting memberships, all that stuff. It really, really helps. You guys know, I took a leap basically during COVID after I quit my job that had me flying all over the place because I wasn't going to keep doing that during a time with a pandemic that was a respiratory illness after I already almost died of pneumonia the one time. So, you know, and so I was like, all right, well, I'm close to being monetized on YouTube. Let's see how that goes. And for a while, it was iffy. But right now, it is in fact stable, and that is entirely because of you guys. The amount of money I make on actual ads playing on YouTube is basically nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty
abysmal.
sure it's under $400 a month.
I believe that. I'd be surprised if it was that much.
Yeah, it's very low. Our view on YouTube is worth significantly less than a penny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, Sean007AU, who's been a member for 13 months, sends a Godzilla, a Mothra, and a Ghidorah. Thank you very much. I'll take a drink.
Is that 3 drinks?
No, it's just one.
Boo.
I mean, I'm not in charge of you. You can do whatever you want.
I'm following the rules.
Except get skin
This is
cancer
your
from lack
channel.
of sunscreen. Don't do that. You're not allowed to. I forbid
Oh,
it.
okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll get other cancer.
That's fine. Get some like intestinal or ovarian or
Brain.
Brain, yeah. Those are fine as long as it's not skin.
I'm gonna get an aneurysm is what I'm gonna get. Keep telling your sob story about YouTube.
That's not a sob story. I'm saying I'm grateful.
Oh, shit.
Success story. But it also is a success story that is contingent on you guys continuing to support. So if you like what I'm doing and you want to make sure it gets to keep going on, please consider checking out my Patreon or joining the channel. And if those aren't your thing, there's also a wish list, which is going to go shift over to Throne pretty soon. So that also means if you want to get me anything from the wish list, you should buy it now before it goes up 8% when it goes on Throne, because Throne won't give out my address to everybody, whereas Amazon is about to. So
Yeah, they doing that.
yeah, it's really stupid.
Yeah,
I know
it is.
a lot of people who are very, very upset about this for good reason.
Oh, they should be. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically going to kill the even the bare existence of public Amazon wish lists.
Yeah, which is low key too bad, but I also got rid of mine ages ago.
Yeah.
Hi, Olivia.
You should get a Throne
just
wish
like me.
list.
I do have a Throne wish list. I've had a Throne wish list for a long time. It's just stuff on a Throne is a lot more expensive, and I'm kind of hoping with a bunch of other people starting to do it because of Amazon that the prices get more reasonable.
That's fair. All right.
I have a story.
Can
Can I tell a story?
Yes.
I went to Shoppers yesterday or the day before. This is like a little positive personal update story. So if you're watching me on Twitch, you would have heard this already. But if you're not watching me on Twitch, you have no idea. I went to Shoppers. For anybody who doesn't know what Shoppers is, it's basically CVS in Canada. It's basically a CVS. And in those, they have these little machines that will check your blood pressure and do your BMI, like your body fat ratio. And so I did it, and it's been so long since I did one, and I am green all the way across the board. I am perfect. And I was just like, hey, let's go. That was my story at the end.
It's a good story. Well told.
I was really excited.
I know. You messaged me almost immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if Chesh is just trying to make sure that I know everything that ever happens to her. I think the answer is just yes.
I've been told that I'm very lonely.
Maybe it's because, as Roadhog says, you can't get a man.
Although, well, we also have some kind of insane romance.
Yes, apparently. Despite
Yes.
the fact that apparently my last name is Hitler, which
Yes.
I still don't know if
Congratulations.
Roadhog knows that the problem with Hitler isn't the name.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah,
one way or the
I
other.
think he might think that the reason that people hate Hitler is because his name was Hitler, which,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, no, that's not why, actually.
That is not, in fact, the reason.
No, yeah. If all that he ever did was just have a weird last name, no one would care.
So dumb.
It's extremely dumb.
So stupid.
And my favorite thing is that he thinks that he's making us angry.
He thinks this makes any sense. It's wonderful. It's crazy.
If you want to hear more about the Roadhog saga, go over to Chesh's channel.
Bro, you don't. You
Yeah,
don't
you
want
probably
to hear
don't.
more about that. I promise you. If you really want to know how absurd this man is, go to this video that premiered last Wednesday. It is 4 hours of me watching this man and laughing my absolute butt. I straight up fell out of my chair at one point.
My other favorite thing is that his biggest criticism of Manya has managed to be that she has dentures, which like, yeah, lots of people have dentures. You know what there's nothing wrong with? Having dentures.
I like that he says it like it's a bad thing, as if it's not self-care.
Right.
Yeah,
it's like,
what?
oh,
He's got it completely wonderfully backwards. It's so funny.
Look, there are people who have bad teeth as a result of nothing that they did wrong. That's just a thing that happens. It's like it reminds me of someone who's like, haha, you lost a leg. Like, yeah? Are you just being a dick about the fact that I had an amputation? Is that what's happening right now?
Oh my god, this person couldn't take care of their legs.
Yep.
That's insane.
It is. It's entirely insane. Just as it's at least as insane as saying that it's a horrible thing that you and I apparently have this wonderful, loving relationship, but also my last name is a different last name that I have that happens to be Hitler. Joshua Geese for $5 says, Chesh is all green like the goblin she is. Smiley face emoji.
Yeah!
Lieutenant Math Navigator for $5 says, a torrid romance between a goblin and a dinosaur? This is a Chuck Tingle book. Bro, I want some Chuck Tingle fan fiction about me and Chesh. Let's do it. Let's get Chuck Tingle on this. Oh my god,
yeah. Please.
I would absolutely read that. I would
we
probably...
We could collab on the cover art.
That'd be awesome. I would start an OnlyFans that is just me reading that book and nothing else. It's just the audiobook.
That would be
give me
wonderful.
$10 a month, you have access to the Chuck Tingle Chesh Dapper audiobook.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
And then once it's done, there's no new content. You just have to keep paying if you want to keep having access. Sorry.
Yeah. Unless he writes another book.
Oh yeah, if there's a sequel, I'll record that.
Oh yeah.
And you know what, Chuck? You can get a third of it. It'll be a third for me, a third for Chesh, and a third for you.
That's pretty generous.
Yeah.
Oh, Dapper and I can read our parts for the audio.
Yes, exact. That would be great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There we go.
I'll have to try not to keep laughing.
That was a quote from the book.
I would be so hard to not
I'm taking another drink. This is too stupid.
All right, I'll take a drink too. Yeah.
Now we're the dumb ones. Do I still need my thinking hat? Can I take this off?
I mean, it's up to you, but he didn't say to take your thinking caps off, so...
Damn!
I know. So you should just be like me
with
and always wear the top hat.
cells.
That's my thinking cap.
Oh. You've always got your thinking cap on. No, I refuse. You can't make me wear my thinking cap that much. I refuse to think that often.
I never said I was going to.
No, you can't make me.
Okay.
Stop trying to make me.
I'm not. I'm going to hit play now.
No, Dapper Dono Yamate.
You send in a sample to a lab. This is a sample sheet from a lab. And look.
It looks like the same stratigraphic column that you had up before. I don't know what you're talking about, man. What's happening?
Look at the question. You can't see it. I'll read it at the bottom. You have
Thanks.
to put in at the bottom, expected age, and please provide any previous C14 dates and relative and cultural paleo-environmental information.
Hey, Lawrence. Did you just say previous C14 dates? Did he just say previous it's the C14 date? Carbon 14? The thing that we don't ever use to date any kind of rock ever, because it's not for dating rocks, it's for dating organic material. And the thing that doesn't go back farther than about 50,000 years, because at that point, the level of carbon 14 to nitrogen 14 basically just becomes indistinguishable from all nitrogen 14. That one, the one that isn't at issue when you're talking about a 600 million year old fossil, is that the one you're talking about, Lawrence?
I cannot.
Take another drink.
I cannot with this nonsense.
Hey guys, here's an unrelated lab form. Isn't that suspicious? No, Lawrence, it's actually not.
Whoa, very sussy.
In other words,
Joshua Geese for $5. Care for a nightcap? No thanks. I don't wear them. That would be something that should be in the Chuck Tingle novel about me and Chesh.
Yeah.
This is both of us being complete dumbasses about nonsense like that.
Yes. 100%. It's got to be a little bit lore accurate.
You know, at some point now, there's just going to be like an actual fanfic from the people in chat that's going around.
Oh, please. By all means, do that.
Yeah. This will be my one exception to the I don't need to know about your sexy fanfic about me. This one is the one exception. I do need this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my general rule was like, hey, you can do as much sexy fanfic about me as you want to. I just don't need to hear about it or read it. That's fine. Yeah. So
Yeah.
who's that?
I'm on the same wavelength of that.
Who's that scientist? She's on YouTube. She's British. I think her last name's Fry. You know who I'm talking about? She's a redhead.
Nope.
I can't remember her first name.
Oh, she's an author, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, shoot. I know who you're talking about. I used to follow and chat with her on Twitter,
Oh, okay.
but I lost touch with her ages ago.
Well, anyway, she did an interview about AI at one point, and the interviewer was like, "Does it bug you that like people are probably using like AI to make like adult content about you?" And she's like, "No, they were doing that before AI, and like I couldn't stop it, so I decided not to care about it then. I don't see why I would care about Hannah Fry. There it is." And I was like, you know what? That might be the best attitude to have if you're going to be public on the internet at all, because while it is worse for women, it doesn't matter. If you're public on the internet at all, someone's making like their own fanfic or, adult images of you. That's just happening. And like, you can choose to be upset by that, or you can just choose to be like, you know what? I can't control it. And as long as I don't have to see it, it's whatever. You can have fun with that.
You can also go the direction of knowing that the AI porn is definitively going to be worse than whatever people were making before. So you can take some solace in that.
Yeah, that is true. My goodness. AI is worse at everything.
It is. It's true.
We'll date this, but you tell us how old it is before we do.
What?
No, that's not what that says.
That's not what that says at all.
It's also about a radiometric dating technique that has nothing to do with fossils that you're talking about. So, like, it's also irrelevant, even if that is what they were saying. It's like complaining, like, oh, hey, I can't measure how far it is from here to New York because someone who wants to measure how far it is from New York to Boston wants me to tell them how long I think it is. Who cares?
What?
Don't worry about it. As I was saying, I was like, this might be getting away from me. I'm just gonna.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's almost like it doesn't matter. It's oh god. Okay, guy.
Oh, sorry.
Please. Sorry. Go ahead.
Rando from chat, who's been a member for 46 months and is at the amniote level, says, "Isn't Tuesday the correct spelling since the day is tweer spelled as in Proto Yiddish?" I have no idea what you mean, but you should definitely put it in the comments so that I can look at it later.
Yep.
Olivia Williams, Purple Fairy for 279 Beaver Bucks says, "Yeah, Vice Rhino and Surus are well aware of that." Yeah, no, they definitely are. I'm probably too aware of the Vice Rhino and Surus fan art than I want to
fan
be.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Very aware.
Wow, no wonder it comes out right. Isn't that amazing?
Lawrence, okay, I want you to understand something. If you were right, that the way that radiometric dating broadly worked, and not just C14 dating, which is the only one you bothered to actually cite evidence of this for, if those are actually the way it worked, right, then we would never get anomalous dates, right? Because the dates would always return within their expected range. But we do, though. We do get anomalous dates. That is a thing that gets reported in the literature, right? So either there is a vast conspiracy among all the radiometric labs in the world to ignore the actual dates that they get and just go with the expected dates, and therefore there would never be any anomalous dates reported. Or there isn't that, and we should expect to occasionally get anomalous dates because sometimes things are weird. Like sometimes there's a contamination, or sometimes a specimen is wrongly labeled, or whatever. Chesh, would you care to guess which of those two worlds we're living in? The world where
the imaginary one.
We're living in well, they're both imaginary to some extent because they're both hypothetical options. But the one option is No radiometric dates are ever anomalous, and they're always exactly what was always expected. And the other world is sometimes shit's weird.
I like sometimes shit's weird.
Yeah, it turns out that's the world we live in. So no, Lawrence,
well.
I'm taking a drink for this. There's a vast global conspiracy among all the radiometric dating labs.
Guys, what is wrong with sometimes shit being weird? Wouldn't that, like, go along with, like, maybe God is just messing with things sometimes? Like, maybe he's just tweaking something? Like, is that not allowed? Is that not a world where, we can accept? Is that not within the range of the theology?
That was
Am I crazy?
That was some beverage-based ASMR right there. Did you hear it?
Hold on.
That's good.
No, I can't do it.
No, I heard it.
I didn't like that.
Sorry.
I think I can do better.
Well, next time.
We'll save it for OnlyFans.
Is that going on the same account as the Chuck Tingle reading?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll do a Chuck Tingle one that's like a full dramatization, and then we'll do an ASMR one.
Oh, no.
We'll do them in sections, so you have to like.
Jeez. This is slowly getting even more cursed.
Yeah, this is just gonna get worse, guys. Don't let us keep going. Please, somebody stop us. Hit the brakes on the train.
Okay. Now, this geological column would represent a cross-section through the Earth's crust.
No, it would represent
What?
an idealized cross-section through the Earth's crust, Lawrence. An idealized cross-section. Because it's never actually going to look exactly like that. Because sometimes things like erosion happen, Lawrence. Or intrusions.
I regret putting on my thinking hat.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, I don't know why you still have it on, honestly.
Yeah, quite frankly. Why?
Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for $5 says, funnily enough, tweaking is how raw Matt generates novel ideas. I was going to say sometimes he uses AI, but then I realized literally nothing that AI generates is a novel idea because that's physically impossible.
Yeah, it's true.
Youngest rocks at the surface and oldest rocks at the bottom. That's what they want you to believe.
Lawrence.
Stop saying that.
First of all, stop saying that. Second of all, there's a caveat in there, which is to say in undisturbed bedding, which means that it hasn't been tilted or, had overthrust or anything like that, which is not always the case. And you can check for those things. But third, let's assume that it is undisturbed bedding. How would it be otherwise? How would you suspend older rocks so that younger rocks could be deposited under them in a sedimentary column? How would that work, Lawrence? What's keeping the rocks up so that the other sediment can slide underneath, like someone sliding into the DMs of Chesh after hearing the Chesh Dapper erotic fanfic? How would that happen?
Something else might be sliding around too. I don't know.
I mean, this is just fanfic.
I'm taking his hat off. It's all his hat's fault. This is Tisdall's fault.
This is also
You
fanfic.
did this.
So
I'm gonna put my cool sunglasses on instead.
okay. Magic rocks, of course, that actually does check out orange dot.
I like magic rocks.
Yeah,
I prefer magic rocks.
Like
That's
pop
how you
rocks.
get. That's how you get different. That's how you get your Eevee to turn into different Pokemans.
Mm-hmm. And remember, if you need a ghost type evolution, it's brick.
Just use a regular rock.
It's supposed to represent the total sedimentary activity of all ages, and textbooks suggest the column would be at least 100 miles thick.
I hear creationists make this claim, and I don't know where they get it from because there's no one particular thickness for each stratum. Like, if the Jurassic section of this rock formation is an inch thick, it's still the Jurassic section. If it's 500 meters thick, it's still the Jurassic section, and it doesn't stop being that because of the difference in the thickness of the stratum. That's not a thing. So I have no idea where they get this from. I've never read it in a book. But then again, it's not like I go around reading geology textbooks for fun. I do have people who I know. No,
you just go around reading books about what was it? What book did you say you picked up in high school to learn a language?
Oh, it was a Hebrew grammar.
There you go. You just pick. That's the type of book you pick up.
Yeah, I picked it up from the church library. Yep. And then my Jewish uncle was very confused.
Well,
Where'd you get that? And I was like, oh, at the church library. And I was like, why did they have that? I was like, I don't know, because the Bible is mostly written in Hebrew. And then he was like, do they have a Torah scroll? And I said, I don't think so. And that was that conversation.
And that was the end of that conversation.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
But is the column a real fact or a hypothetical classification scheme used to support evolution?
Neither.
What?
It's neither. I'm gonna take another drink. Oh my god.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm not a very well-educated person, and I'm not really that bright. But even I can follow that what this man is saying doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So here's what the stratigraphic column actually is. It's a model of an idealized sedimentary column in which every possible stratum is there from every possible stage of every possible eon of every possible period, whatever, right? All of them. And they're all listed in the order that they are always found in relative to each other, even though sometimes, in most places, some of them are missing. It's not something that you expect to go out and find. But neither is it just a fiction. It's a model. If you think about, like, you know what the program Stellarium is, Chesh?
No.
It's basically astronomy software. It has its own 3D model of not just the solar system, but also like the nearest stars and all their motions. And you can go forward and backward in time thousands of years in either direction.
I am familiar with that. I didn't know the name of the program. Yeah, I'm familiar with that one. Yeah.
But here's the thing. You know what Stellarium doesn't actually have in it? A single star or planet. You can't go to Mars physically in Stellarium. You can simulate going to Mars, but you're not actually on Mars. You can't set up a self-sustaining colony on Mars via Stellarium. What does that make Mars fake? No.
Yes.
No, Chess. The wrong answer is no. Yeah, I know. It's because you took the thinking hat off.
You know what? It's probably for the best.
So, yeah, I'll just hit play again.
Okay.
Does it exist? Well, let's take a look at that very quickly. It would consist of 10 layers. Remember, 10 microfossils?
No, because that's a thing you just made up, Lawrence. Or maybe someone else made it up and you just believed it because you're an idiot. I don't know. Taking a drink. It wouldn't be made of 10 layers. It would be made of hundreds of layers, Lawrence. Have you ever actually seen an actual geological timescale image? It's got a lot more than that cartoon for babies that you showed us. Okay. I'm actually just going to pull one up. I'm not going to put it on screen, but I'm going to start reading through it. All right. So, let's just pull one up. This is the one I usually like. All right. So,
you should pull up that picture I sent you of this freaky Spider-Man.
No, I don't want people to stop watching. All right, so we've got the Hadean. That's one big section. But then we've got the Archaean. And within that, we've got the Eoarchaean, the Paleoarchaean, the Mesoarchaean, the Neoarchaean. Then we've got the Proterozoic, which is the Paleoproterozoic. And inside that, there's the Siderenian, the Riacean, the Orosirian, the Statharian, and then we get to the Mesoproterozoic, which has the Calimian. Oh, drink for Godzilla.
Oh, bless. Thank you, Godzilla.
The Ectasian, the Stenian, and then we get to the Neoproterozoic, which has the Tonian, the Cryogenian, and the Ediacaran. Then finally we get to the Cambrian. And in the Cambrian, there's multiple distinctions. Within the Terranuvian, we have the Fortunian and Age 2. Then within Epoch 2, we have Age 3 and Age 4. Then within the Myelingian, we've got things that are so small I can't even read them, but there's like 6 of them. And it just keeps going like that. There is way more detail. I'm going to put a link here in the chat in case you want to go look at the image I'm looking at. So you can see how many more than 10 freaking layers there would be. And this is one of those times when I really wish we had hit the 30 super chats by now, because boy howdy would I like to drop an F-bomb right now. But instead I'm stuck saying things like boy howdy. Like,
gosh
this is,
darn Jeezums.
yeah, but what is this, a 50s sitcom?
No, it's dinosaurs.
Gee willikers.
Please tell me you guys have seen the sitcom Dinosaurs.
I've seen the sitcom Dinosaurs.
Wonderful.
Do you remember how
That
it
makes me
ended?
happy. Yes.
They all died.
Well, yeah, they did. A meteor struck the Earth and they froze to death.
Matter with rock, just before fossils. All 10 plus layers can be found in very.
Well, 10 plus. I guess that's technically true, Lawrence. It is 10 plus. Emphasis on the plus. I'll take a drink for it, Lawrence, because technically you're true.
Technically, you're
right.
true.
Sorry, you're right. It's like
Technically, you're true.
so. Watch this, Chesh. I bet I can guess how much money is in your bank account.
Okay.
I'll bet it's more than 40 cents.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely.
See that?
Yeah,
I just
it is
guessed it.
more than 40 cents.
Boom.
This is like saying I have 8 toes. Like, that does not necessarily mean I'm missing any.
Well, as the one of the people who has captured you putting your foot on the wall on street. Well, it was only one foot, so I guess I don't technically know.
Yeah.
Maybe the
you
other
don't
foot
know.
is just bereft of toes or something.
Maybe.
Huh. All right.
You don't know.
I guess
You
I
have to
was
take my word for it.
I was assuming a level of symmetry that I can't actually demonstrate.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Gosh darn.
Very few locations, less than 1% of the Earth's surface. How come?
Erosion, Lauren. The answer is erosion. Erosion is the thing that happens.
Stop asking rhetorical questions that have real answers.
And that are really easy answers, too. Like, have you not heard of erosion?
Oh my god.
How come something that's been going on for billions of years can't be identified more than in 1% of the Earth's surface?
It can be. It's just that not all of it is there. And again, Lawrence, the answer is erosion.
Guys, the Earth changes and moves and shifts and is very much alive. And there are volcanoes, lots of them on the planet. The oceans move, the tide goes in and out. You can't explain that.
Would you say that there are 10 plus volcanoes on Earth?
There are more than 10 volcanoes currently active on Earth.
Just as many as there are stratigraphic layers.
If you would like to know more about that, join us on Friday on Debate Hub, where we track volcanoes.
Oh, there's actually it's actually worse than I was saying with the stratigraphic layers, because each of those stages is itself made up of multiple different formations, which themselves have subunits called members, which themselves have subunits called strata, which themselves have subunits called laminae. So if you think
Members is a name that people use in their fan fictions.
Thank you for bringing it back around.
It's the hat's fault, I'm telling you.
You know, you don't have to keep the hat off. You could put it back on if you wanted to.
I don't want to put it back on.
Okay.
It's warm in here.
You just want to make
And
sure.
I got a heavy blanket on me.
That does sound nice.
It is.
Vandelli 1998 for $2 says, Depper, have you ever explained how you survived? Not to you and not to anyone in chat, because I don't want the USGS hit squads to come after you.
It's a secret.
Yeah, it's totally classified. The USGS would come after you. You don't want the USGS. Everyone's like, oh, I've never heard of a USGS hit squad. Yeah, that's because they're really good and they don't leave witnesses.
They're good at their jobs.
Yeah.
Stop tempting fate.
Lieutenant Math Navigator for $2 says, technically, I have 8 toes, syndactyly. I mean, yeah, that'll do it, at least under some definitions of toe. One could make the argument...
How many... Sorry, go ahead.
I said one could make the argument that if you're going skeletally, that's probably still 10. But if you're going in terms of, like, things you can independently flex, then yeah, that'd be 8.
Fearmonger in the chat asked us about how many of those volcanoes are in Canada. I don't think there's currently any active volcanoes in Canada.
Yeah, but
there's volcanoes, but none of them are currently active.
Which, remember, Kip thinks that there are no volcanoes in Canada.
There is one off the coast to the west that is like, it's in the water. It's not like on land. It's still within Canadian waters that people think is going to be more active soon TM. But I don't mean soon TM like Yellowstone. I mean like it's there. It's showing signs of there being potential movement there, but I'm not 100% sure. And if you really want to know about it, you should come to Debate Hub and ask Landon. He'll know better than me.
Also, my foul mood just got a little bit worse because I've realized that in using the exact wrong tool for helping to break apart a mattress, I have rather seriously bruised the inside of one of my knuckles on my hand.
Oh,
And that is extremely annoying because it means every time I pick anything up, I'm like, ooh, ow.
Oh.
That was very annoying. Don't like it.
Stop that.
Yeah,
It's just a bad day.
I should have waited for the right pliers instead of using these stupid snub nose pliers that are only barely effective.
You did seem a little bit like you were in a rush for no real reason.
I don't want to have
Probably
a
you're just mad.
bed or a mattress that's in my room that's taking up a large portion of the room. I don't have a super big room. I'm a dinosaur. I take up a lot of space in it already.
I mean, this is fair and or reasonable, but also you still didn't need to rush.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't. Although I could have played songs by the band Rush while I did it. That would have made it better, probably.
That definitely would have made it better, for sure.
Lieutenant Math Navigator for $5. Unlike the Museum Ninja Assassins, they missed one witness. Man, yeah, there's a creationist. I don't know if you know this, but he says that he went around these museums in Europe, finding out that they've been cheating on all their Neanderthal skulls, and then he was followed around Europe as he was rushing away from the Museum Assassins. Chesh. The museum sent assassins after him because he pointed out, according to him, that they were slightly changing where the jaw was located on the skull of Neanderthals. So
that man lives a very interesting life. So interesting that it sounds like he's just been reading too much National Treasure.
Yeah.
Or that
or
one
Dan Brown.
about Dan Brown, yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Angels and Demons?
I think that's it. Or like the Da Vinci
Angels
Code
and Demons is the first one. Da Vinci Code is the second one. That's the one with Tom Hanks. And then there's the movie that is National Treasure. That's good with what's his face?
You know, I kind of want to know what does Tom Hanks' priest think about the Da Vinci Code? Because I don't know if you know this, but Tom Hanks is Eastern Orthodox. He has a priest. I've seen pictures of him carrying around the little tomb procession thing during Easter.
Cool.
So, like, I want to know what does his priest think of that? Because I find the amount of anti-historical nonsense that has come out of that rather annoying, and I don't super care about like the theology, but like it's super bad history, and like I imagine his priest does care about both the history and the theology. So
maybe he's been forgiven for that. He was just doing his job.
That's true. But I'm not asking whether or not the priest has forgiven him. I just want to know how he feels. What's it like to have a parishioner who has been a party to one of the biggest sources of misinformation about church history in like the last century?
That's a good question.
How's that feel? Not that I know where he goes to church. I guess he goes to church at some like Serbian Orthodox church somewhere in California. Because I believe the story is he converted
Silicon Valley
after he met his then future wife and now current wife.
Was that before or after he made the movie?
Oh, before. He converted a while back, from my understanding.
Okay.
He's in one of the more stable Hollywood marriages.
Yes,
as far as I know. Yeah.
Him and interestingly enough, Robert Downey Jr.
Hey, you know what?
And also, I think Nicole Kidman right now, but I could be wrong. I might be misremembering.
Well, she had a pretty bad marriage earlier, so I'm glad that she's in a better
one.
Well,
yeah.
Templar Warden for $5 New Zealand says, "Oh, you're 30 years old. How come you've not had 30 birthdays at once?" Mothra emoji. I'll take it. Lieutenant Math Navigator says, "Interesting life, no interesting fantasy life." Yes. Rita Wilson, who's Greek. Oh, why did I think she was Serbian? Whatever.
Gosh darn.
The worldwide average thickness of the column is 1 mile. But if we were to have present...
let's see. Olivia Williams, Purple Fairy for $2.79 Beaverbuck says, "I at least doubt his priests are Opus Dei with a Ghidorah. We'll take a drink for the Ghidorah." And yeah, Opus Dei is a Catholic group. If they were going to be in some kind of crazy group, it would have to be a crazy Orthodox group, which I don't know the names of any, but like I've encountered enough like ortho bros on the internet to know that there got to be some crazy Orthodox groups of nonsense.
I'm sorry, did you just call them ortho bros?
Yes, I did.
What?
Ortho bros.
It's-
They're about as annoying as like the Catholic convert theology bros.
I've learned a new word today.
In fact, they might be more annoying because like when like you get like the Catholic convert theology bros, they at least will like make arguments that don't just depend on like Saint so and so of mountain whatever the hell in country that you're only vaguely aware exists said this one thing, therefore you're wrong. Which is what most of the Ortho bros seem to do. It's like, oh, Saint Simeon the stylite of Mount Athos in the year 876 said nuh-uh. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh.
Great. I don't really consider that to be an argument, but okay.
Some guy said something somewhere one time.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then
Got
later
him.
on, people said he was a saint.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, cool.
All right.
Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for $5 says,
I guess.
all those Balkan countries are really the same. They won't mind being confused for each other. Yeah, thanks.
Oh boy.
I've now offended the entirety of like Eastern Europe and large sections of Western Asia.
That's okay. You're already American.
You don't have to rub it in. I didn't get a choice in that, you know.
Yeah, you okay, fair.
Yeah. All right, here.
Accumulations of sediment over the time frame they're talking about, it should be 100 miles thick.
Hey, what's that word I've used a whole bunch that starts with an E and ends with erosion?
I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? It's impossible to say.
I don't know, but I was about this close to saying erection.
Did someone like slip you poppers or something? What is going on? Oh. I want to hit play.
Who let me come here?
You barged your way onto the channel. I think.
Holy jeez. Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm a little bit sorry. I don't know what's going on. I have no self-control.
How much beer have you had?
Not this. This. To be fair, this is the size of my head, but I've been following the rules.
All right.
Oh
But
man.
it's 1 mile.
At least it's not wine.
That's true.
It'd be worse.
You see, the issue is they want so much time to make the impossible possible in biology that they've gone beyond the reasonable at an atomic level.
No. So here's the thing, right? For radiometric dating has really only been a thing for like less than a century, if I remember correctly. Certainly not like a century and a half. And for a lot of the period after evolution was broadly accepted within the biological community, but before geology had really figured out how to do radiometric dating, the geologists were insisting that the Earth probably wasn't as old as evolutionary biologists were like suggesting that it had to be in order for evolution to work. And you know how much the geologists gave? Like how much of a care they gave that the evolutionary biologists were like, no, it's got to be older. They didn't care at all because guess what? Geologists aren't in the business of placating biologists. They don't give a damn. They don't care. It's meaningless. They do not care about biologists and vice versa. But the fact that after we got actual measurement techniques that could give us absolute dates, that those dates happen to independently confirm evolutionary hypotheses, yeah, that's what we call corroborating evidence for evolution. And the fact that you're complaining about the fact that evolution has corroborating evidence is kind of telling on yourself that you don't care about the evidence, you don't care about the logic, you don't care about science, you just care about your pre-drawn conclusions that you're not allowed to deviate from. It gives that away a little bit.
We can only...
I'm losing it.
I can tell. Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for $5 says, Chesh, you get like 100 meters of snow a year. How's that year-thick snowpack going?
Well, it was really sunny out today, and everything was wet, and it wasn't because it rained.
There you go.
Make layers so thin. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And you...
No.
Hey, what could make a layer really thin?
Pressure?
Pressure is actually a really good one. That actually tends to reduce the thickness of sedimentary layers by 7 to 10 times. So, there's that. But also, even after it's been compressed, there's this thing. It's not erection, but it's kind of similar in terms of the letters. Me? Yeah, it's the thing that
I did pretty good.
You did do pretty good. You didn't actually say erection. I did.
Yeah, I didn't say erection this time, and I said pressure, which is a pretty good answer.
Yeah, although I was also looking for erosion again.
Oh.
Because pressure is how the compaction happens in the first place, but we already accepted that one.
Oh, okay.
You should have kept the thinking cap on.
No.
Okay. But we're gonna let him finish up whatever the sentence is. Then we're gonna be done with Lawrence for today.
Good.
You have to have like a perfect environment, make layers atomic thin. You're still not going to get 100 plus miles. It's about a mile.
Okay, cool. That's a dumb thing to say, and also wrong, because if they were monoatomic layers, you could get a whole lot of them before you got any appreciable thickness. We're talking like billions of layers. So we're just going to take a drink for Lawrence apparently thinking that atoms are way bigger than they actually are, because that's weird.
Yeah, why does...
He's very, very dumb.
You want to talk about atomic? We're going to talk about atomically stupid. How about that?
There you go. All right, Chesh. What do you got coming up that people should know about? Besides the upcoming Chuck Tingle audio drama on the yet-to-be-created OnlyFans.
Oh, okay. Besides that. Okay, besides that. If you want to learn about volcanoes, that's happening on this Friday. If you like philosophy, we're doing that on Saturday. If you like Roman Coke Night, that is also this Saturday. If you like Pokemon nonsense, then follow me on Twitch or on YouTube. I'm doing all kinds of nonsense. If you are interested in seeing a fancy debate that's happening, that is next Saturday, not the one coming up, the next one. It is featuring Dapper Dinosaur and Fight the Flat Earth having a debate. There's actually a really interesting discussion going on in the community posts over on that channel, and you should absolutely go tell us what you think about the question and what is the case. Go check it out. It's at Debate Hub Official. At Debate Hub Official. If you just search for Debate Hub, it looks like the Pornhub logo. You'll find it.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I have.
All right. What's coming up over here? So let's see. Well, the things Chesh said that I'm involved with, that's coming up.
Yeah.
But also on
finish my drink.
Thursday, we're doing the next of the two. We're doing the next thing with Don Batten telling us about how various landmarks in Australia indicate that the Earth is young, even though they definitely don't do that. Then on Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, over on Top Hats Off, I'm going to be there. Chesh is going to be there. We should have Craig from FTFE, Maddie from Science Side Up, Kip Davis from Kip Davis. We've got Jordan from Reason to Doubt.
Kip Davis with his Calgary.
Yeah. We got Zerolon, we got Tiri Rana, playing Star Trek. It's going to be a good time. Then on Saturday, I should be back for more of the reasons that we know for a fact, absolutely 100%, that English is actually the original language and the language of God, and that the King James version of the Bible from 1611 is actually the original version of the Bible. So, yeah, you didn't know about this?
No.
Oh, well, have you considered?
I don't know about a lot of things.
Have you considered that the first word in the Bible is "in," and that I is the 9th letter in the alphabet, and that
I do know about this. You told me about it last time I was here.
1 plus 6 plus 1 plus 1.
No.
So God is actually telling you in the first letter or the first word of the Bible, 1611 is actually the real Bible. So
if this doesn't like actually just spell out 1015, I'm gonna be really mad.
That's reasonable. All right,
anybody who doesn't get it, write 1015 or sorry, pen 15 in the chat. If you don't get the joke, write pen 15 in the chat right now.
All right, you need to go do something later on today, I think. You've got business to attend to.
Send help. There is no help for me. I'm doomed, guys.
Over on the Discord, we're going to be going over and watching some Star Trek. Star Trek Enterprise. So head over there. In the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Stay safe out there, and ice must be abolished. Hey, before you leave, I just want to take a second to thank my patrons and channel members, especially those pledging $20 or above. Sealoof, Benthovend, Tapioca Weasel, Michał Dominiak, Sphincter of Doom, Regios, Landon Knoll, Ian Chen, Eleron Teller, Phil Rivara, Kelvin Brostock Van Manen, David Hercules, Joshua Geese, Dan Sheedy, Pegajace, The Plastic Mouse, Arrow Dodger, Gordon Loves Science, Amber Athelian, Prixie Purple, Agricola Sequa, Me, Myself, and I, Fits of Rage 23, Edwin M., Ken Swanson, and John Ackerman. It's because of my channel members and patrons whom you're seeing on screen that this channel can stay afloat. Without you, it would all shut down. If you want to join the team, there's a link to join the channel below this video, and there's a link to join the Patreon in the description. On the Patreon, you can get a 15% discount for pledging annually, and either way, you get early access to virtually all of my scripted videos months before they come out for the general public. Thanks for watching.